Interest rates just held again at a 2.25%, and the odds are they're not moving anytime soon in September. If you've been waiting for rates to drop before you buy or sell in Halifax or HRM, I need to tell you something that you might not want to hear. In this video, I'll break down what's actually happening in the Halifax market right now and what it means for you, whether you're buying a home or selling your current home. With over half a decade of real estate experience, my name is Logan Tomczyk. If you're trying to decide whether to move now or wait, book a one-on-one free call with me first. The link to my calendar is below in the description of this video. We'll focus on your specific situation and create a plan that works best for you so you can make your next move with confidence. Let's start with the rate itself. The Bank of Canada has consistently held its policy rate at 2.25% for the past few months. And based on what forecasters are seeing, there's a solid chance it stays right there in September for that announcement as well. That's not a guess on my part, that's where market expectations are actually sitting right now. So if you've had a chance to check the rate again next month and then we'll buy, on repeat in your head for a while you're waiting for rates to drop, this is me telling you that the next check is very likely going to show you the same number that we've now seen for over half a year. Here's why that matters more than ever before. So back in 2022 and 2023, rates climbed very aggressively, all the way up around 5%. If you were house hunting during that stretch, you remember what that wait felt like. I know I certainly did with my home. Monthly payments that changed the math on a home mid-search, buyers pulling out of deals, a lot of people just deciding to wait it out. Since then, the banks have been easing off on their rates, consistently starting in 2024. A lot of buyers heard easing and assumed that trend would just keep going until rates were back down to near what they were in the years before COVID. But that easing has slowed down and essentially stopped. Rates have settled at 2.25%, and there's no clear sign right now that they're headed and to be much more meaningfully lower anytime soon. So if your whole plan has just been to wait out the rates a little bit more, I want to be honest with you. That plan doesn't have a clear finish line right now today of this recording. If you could be waiting on something that isn't coming, at least not in any immediate timeline, then how can you make a move with a point of confidence? You could just end up renting and wasting your money paying off somebody else's mortgage. But at the same time, here's what's happening with prices and supply. The benchmark price across Halifax Regional Municipality is hovering around $550,000 as of July 2026. This is just a benchmark price, it's not the average price that homes are selling at. So when it comes to inventory, the actual number of homes on the market is up quite a bit compared to what we were this time last year. So you've got two things happening right now together at the same time. Rates that are steady, not falling, and a market with meaningfully more homes in it, with prices that aren't climbing the way that they were just a couple of years back. That combination is actually pretty rare in the market, and it changes the calculation for both sides of buyers and sellers. So what does that actually look like, and how does that help you? Let's split it up into two separate conversations, because the advice is generally different depending on which side of the transaction you're on. If you're a buyer, the waiting for rates, if you're a buyer waiting for rates to drop, the plan isn't really buying you anything right now because there's no strong signal that rates are dropping further in any predictable window. What's actually working in your favor is on the inventory side of things. With noticeably more homes available for sale on the market compared to a year ago, you have more to choose from. And in a lot of cases, more room to negotiate than what buyers had 12 months ago. That could mean actual conditions on your offer again, not just the bare minimum thrown, because you won't be thrown into a bidding war like what the peak COVID days were. Waiting doesn't save you anything meaningful on the rates. It mostly just means that some of today's options aren't going to be there anymore when you finally decide to make a move. If the home works for your lifestyle and the payment works for you right now, then the calendar isn't doing you any favors by sitting on the sidelines waiting for news headlines that might not even come for quite some time. On the flip side of things, if you're a seller, this is the part I really want you to hear clearly, because I see it cost people money every time a market shift like this one has happened. More inventory means more competition for you, and for buyers, they have their attention swayed in more ways. A year or two ago, you could price a listing for a little optimistically and still get offers because there wasn't much else on the market for buyers to compare it to. That's not the market that we're in right now today. With this much more inventory sitting alongside your home, an overpriced listing doesn't just sell slower, it sits for quite a while. And listings that sit start working against you in a very specific way. Now, let me explain, because buyers and their agents notice the days on market number. It's public knowledge for everyone. It becomes a signal that something's off, even if nothing really is wrong with your home. Pricing accurately from day one, based on what actually compares to your home right now, needs to be your primary strategy. Don't focus on what the neighbor's house sold for 18 months ago. What matters more is the market is looking at recent sales and other homes that are currently for sale in your specific neighborhood. These will provide you with the best comparables to price your home honestly instead of on a wish and a prayer. Neither of these messages are meant to scare you about the market. I don't want you walking away from this video thinking that rates are bad news. They're just the actual conditions right now that we see every single day. It's the reason I'm walking you through both sides of the process instead of just posting a single headline about one part of the story. The right move depends entirely on your specific situation, your specific timeline, your equity position, and what your move is wanting to look like. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or someone looking to move up or downsize, your specific situation matters. And that's why it's important to know both sides of the market right now so you can be most informed when making your next move. So here's what I'd tell you to do. Don't make a decision based on waiting for a rate cut that isn't clearly coming on any timeline you can plan around. Make it based on your actual numbers today in the market as it actually stands. That's exactly the conversation I have with buyers and sellers every single week. And I'm genuinely happy to have it with you as well, whenever you're ready. Links to my free guides are in my description of this video. I also have a link to my Google Calendar where you can book a one-on-one conversation with me, and we'll go over your specific situation so we can help you move with confidence. And I'm Logan Tomczyk, your real life realtor. And again, I just want to help you make the right decision for you with your next move.